welcome back. I am officially back and I do have a lot of content to send to you guys or to upload, but I felt like I should do like a I'm back video. So this is what this is. And also I was inspired by Millie Gallier. I hope I'm saying your name right. I think I always butcher it, but I will link her video down below that inspired me. And pretty much she was talking about her quilted collection and how that came to be, and that got me thinking about mine as well. Before we get into that, I just want to give a little update. I always say I always bring the Coach wristlets on vacation because they can do a lot. They can house your passport and other things as well, and they're just like great things to travel with, to just knock about in. However, I did get the new updated one where the wristlet portion was just hanging off of here, which is linked to the zipper pull. And I don't know, I think perhaps it's not the best update because the other ones were tethered to the edges instead. And I think the weight, depending on how much you carry, and I would stuff this a lot at times, the weight of it will kind of not agree with it. So it did like at the seams bust, and now I no longer have a wristlet. So that's something to bear in mind. So in comparison, the leather is keeping up well, it's just the weight. So that update, even though it was functional, I don't know if it's completely practical. So let's get into the video. So my quilted collection, I tried to organize it here at the side in chronological order. And just like how Millie did, I'm going to give you the reasonings as to why I bought them and what they feel like and whatever the case may be. The first one here is by Kurt Geiger, London, and I keep telling everyone that they don't only have the eagle head, they do also do a locket, and I prefer the locket. And this is the first and only, no, I'm lying, I did buy another Kurt Geiger bag, but I sent it back because I did not like it. It was not exactly how I thought it would be from the picture, and it was a bit too tiny. But I stayed with this one, and this one coincidentally I saw in person in Nordstrom Rack, and I loved it ever since. This is a wallet on chain, and it's wonderful. It has a back pocket in the back which houses your phone quite well, and I have the chain kind of just stored in there, but as you can see it's like an accordion style. And you do have slip pockets for your cards and whatnot, and a big one for bills and so forth like that, and a middle, sorry for the background noise by the way, I'm right outside kind of a noisy street, and then a middle zippered component as well. So definitely super pretty, and I do like the aged silver look of this. This is a crossbody bag, but I did double it so it can be a shoulder bag, so it's a bit more versatile for me and I love it. So this was my first quilted purchase ever, and I'll come up closer so you can see the stitching. This is the pattern that Kurt Geiger does for all of their quilted bags, so that you most likely have seen this pattern before. And for this being my first quilted purchase, why this drew me to buy more is because of how textile it is and how plush it is. And obviously different brands, they will have their own variedness in how plush and how quilted that nature will be, and obviously the design of the quilted nature. This awakened my love for quilted bags, and I would say that's why it has stayed in my closet this long, because I love it. But this is the first one that started everything. What came next was Coach. Now this bag you have definitely seen a few times on my channel because I love this to pieces. I bring this out when I just want like a quick dainty thing to go out with, and I did recently buy a crossbody chain so that I can always also wear it crossbody as well. Now this is black on black, but to be honest, the hardware is more like a gunmetal black, and which I think makes it a little bit more youthful and pretty just the same. I really like gunmetal hardware, but this was the second purchase. As you can see, the stitching is different. It's vertical lines, and this is a Coach Nolita, by the way. I don't know the name of the wallet on chain for Kurt Geiger, but if I find it someplace, I'll just put it on down below. But this is a Coach Nolita. I don't know the size. It packs a punch. This was a part of my only 5 bags forever video. And in comparison to the Kurt Geiger, this is a lot more plush. And obviously it will be because, one, you can see the puffiness a little bit more in comparison. I'll bring the other one out. Yeah. So it's still plush, don't mind you, the Kurt Geiger, but you have a little bit more real estate in terms of the quilted nature on this one. And as I'm indenting, you can see it. That is a lot more pillowy. And I love that aspect of this bag, but I will say, as I have ventured into this whole quilted aspect of bags, you have to be very careful with them because any little thing will disrupt the quilted nature of your bag. So that's why I hide all of my chains inside of the bag, because if not, you will get indents. The more pillow, the more plush it is, even though I love that nature of it, the more defects can occur. Shouldn't say defects. The more imprints can occur because of the pillow nature of the bag. But this was the second purchase. Then came Michael Kors. Now for the Michael Kors bag, I found out about this bag from Sergio's Secret. He put it up as one of the bags that I guess stood the test of time because he was an essay in Nordstrom and so forth. And he has the bag himself. And I just felt like it was a very timeless classic bag from just watching it and looking at it in many different websites. This was not the original color I wanted, but it's just that I thought about what would age better. So this is the bag that I got, and this is the Soho, I believe, in the regular size because they have a larger size to this. And this one has silver hardware. So far, almost all of them have like silver or gunmetal hardware, just not gold. It does say Michael Kors right there. And a lot of people are like kind of shocked when I say this is Michael Kors because it doesn't say MK all over it, and it literally just has a little tiny words right here. But that's me, that's what I like. It does have a back flap which houses your phone, and this has a magnetic button here at the back. And for this, all you have to do is just press down and you open it just like so. And of course, just like all the others, I have the chain hidden all in the bag because I've learned the hard way, as I said. So here is the bag. You can wear it as a shoulder bag as such, or as a crossbody. Now, this bag, I always get surprised whenever I take it out of the dust bag on how plush, and I'm going to keep saying plush because I don't know what other words to use to describe the quilted nature of this. And I've noticed how you get that plushy nature from it is the more real estate on the bag that it is, the more, and obviously the quilted pattern, so that does play a role into it. So I will show other bags and describe that as well. But this bag always comes out primarily during the fall, springtime, a little bit in the summertime, but literally those are the times when I gravitate towards this bag the most. But it has kept up very well. I have pretty much no corner wear. So why I chose this color is because of how it would age is, and I think I expressed this before, is the corners. The corners are pleated. And why they are pleated is because there is a middle divider in the bag. So you have a natural creasing, and because the bag is also quilted on top of that, depending on the color, it looks like as if it's worn out. And I didn't like that nature of the bag, especially if I'm buying it new. This is not a pre-loved purchase. So I felt like for me, the color that went well with how the bag design is this one. Although I was interested in the olive green color. Now this next bag is from Aspinall of London, and I'm pretty sure you already know this bag as well because I've made a few videos on this bag. And this is my Lottie pillow clutch. I always get tongue-tied when I say this. And obviously this is like a very dressy bag. I only wear this when I have like a dressy occasion or just like I'm going out for the evening type of situation. This is an evening bag. and they call this the Pillow Lottie Clutch. And honestly, I was a bit, when I first saw this on the website, I was a bit off put by it because I was like, it's trying to be like Chanel with the diamond quilting, but I'm just like, I don't even know what this shape is. And it grew on to me after a while of watching it on the website, and I was like, you know what, I think this could be very useful and an alternative to the Chanel wallet on chain, and I have a video for that. I'll link it down below. Now, when I got this in the mail and it was packaged perfectly and I opened it and I felt it, I was just like, I am even contemplating getting another one. They just came out with a all gold one with the gold chain, and they've always had a navy blue, which I felt is too close to this. If I had to choose between the two, I'll choose the black, but the gold looks gorgeous. But I'm thinking. Nonetheless, this surpasses the Michael Kors. I would say out of all the bags that I'm going to show you, this is the most textile in terms of how the stitching is, how plush it would feel. Pillow is the right term for this bag because it feels like you're touching almost air, and it's perfect. I'm almost afraid that if I'm pressing down on it, I'm going to deflate it pretty much. But I have never done so. So yeah, this is the third. I can't even know what number I'm up to. I think I'm up to the fourth. This is the fourth one. I think altogether I have 12 bags altogether. So I have 12 bags in my my quilted collection, so if you would call it that, but 12 bags in my closet that are all quilted. And this one is by far the best in terms of the touch of it. Alrighty, next came this Rebecca Minkoff bag. Now this I bought as an alternative to the Chanel boy bag because I refused to pay $10,000 for a bag. And I got it in the black on black because that's the color combination that I wanted. And honestly, besides the Coach Nolita, which the Coach Nolita is actually gunmetal, this is the only bag that I have that is black on black. And I always wanted that because I don't want to care about any of the jewelry that I pair with it. Not all the time. If a bag is like silver, gold will go with it. It depends at, you know, how the jewelry is made and so forth like that. But that's why I bought this bag. And I did say when I believe I unboxed it or revealed it on my channel that I was a bit disappointed because in comparison to all my other quilted bags, this was the most tough. It did make me feel very secure that I can bring it through the ringer and nothing would happen to it. But it was very, you don't have that plushy nature at all. It's very stiff. So just a quick refresher, you have a back pocket here. The chain is with inside. I'll take it out for you. My bags are always stuffed, as you know. And this is the Love crossbody bag, but like usual, I fashioned it to a shoulder bag, and I could also wear it crossbody as well. However, with time and using this and putting it through the ringer, because I wear this heavily during the winter time, honestly all year round, this bag does not get not used at all. And sometimes I have to put myself not to use it to use my other bags, mainly because of it being fully black on black. I don't have to think about anything, and it's the perfect size. But with using it, besides the exterior, because the exterior is still hard and tough, the quilted parts of the border are still very strong. The inside here, that chevron pattern here, has softened a little bit, and I'm thankful for that, to be honest. And it still looks perfect. You don't have any scratches or wear and tear, to not even any pop stitches in any of the parts of the bag or any of the quilting either. You don't have any of that. The only thing I would say in terms of wear and tear is just the black color of some of the hardware is starting to like fade a little bit, but all together is pretty much all black. But the quilting is fine. So how they did this, the craftsmanship is perfect. But in comparison, I would say to a lot of my other quilted bags, this by far was the most rough and unyielding. but I still love the bag. Okay, next is a non-name brand, and this is not even a leather bag. And I can't remember if I bought this before the next brand, but I believe I did, if memory serves me correct, because I bought this in Atlantic City. And this was also on my dupe collection video, because this is a pretty close dupe to a Chanel belt bag. And this does have loops in the back to make it as a belt bag, or you can attach it to the D-rings here. So the chain is not removable. So the chain will always dangle, and you could just put the belt loops to here or to the loops in the back. So it's really up to you and how you would like it to sit on your waist. But I personally love to wear this right over my shoulder like so. It's perfect. I also brought this recently on travels as well. Out of all of the quilted bags, this is the only one that I bring on travels, mainly because it's faux leather, it's simple, it's squishable, I can pack it perfect, it's simple to knock about in almost. I use it all the time when I go to travel, when I'm away as well. And coincidentally, I never ever use the belt that comes with it. I always just use it on its own with the chain. Okay, now in comparison, I don't know if it's because it's faux leather, I don't know anything of that nature, but in comparison to all of my other quilted bags, this is the one that has the worst craftsmanship, if in terms of like, it's very flat, the quilted nature. As you can see, it kind of wrinkles, and that could be partially on me because I beat up this bag. I treat it very badly, and as I told you, I even squish it up whenever I need to store it, because I store this within another bag, but it doesn't really have any a plush nature to it. It's really flat, but it utilizes, I use it for a lot of things, so it's been very useful, and I love this bag, to be honest. But it is a dupe for a Chanel bag. I don't know how the Chanel bag wears, if it has the same type of phenotype in terms of it being a flat quilting experience, but that's something for you guys. Okay, next comes Tori Sudan. I made a whole mini Tori Sudan haul and of early this year somewhere, if I remember correctly. And out of all of the bags, because I only have 3, I've only worn 2. But this came first along with this one. But let's talk about this one. This one is the Madison clutch handbag. I have to think about it at times. Now, this is a beige taupe type of color. It's a wonderful neutral. I wore it over the summer. It's very, very functional. Because of the shape of it, I thought it was flat. I did not know it had all of this room back here. It has a lot of space for your phone, for your keys, for your wallet. You don't really have to downsize if you don't want to with this bag. And I feel like it's a nice going out bag. If you just want to dress up an outfit a little bit. I wore it to my friend's bridal shower, and it was wonderful. The plush nature of this bag is quite similar to the Kurt Geiger. However, I have to admit, this leather does feel softer. However, it has been a wonderful bag. It does not have feet, and I do need to get a lot more neutrals in my collection in terms of like beiges. This is like, I think I only have one other, like a dark beige. I don't really have neutrals in that sense. I have a lot of black, and I don't need any more black, but in terms of like the lighter browns and beiges, I don't have. So this was definitely needed in my collection, and I do like that the hardware, the logo is very almost seamless. You hardly even see it. It blends quite well into this color. Now this bag, oh my gosh, this one. This is what I'm talking about, the real estate of the bag. Sometimes you can feel the more plushness, and it's the same pattern. This is the diamond, not the diamond quilting. This is the Madison pattern. At least this is the pattern that Tori Sudan always uses for the Madison line. And I'm not going to lie, with the clutch, I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be a little bit more plush, but the handbag, it came through. You feel everything in here. It feels wonderful. And I just think it's probably just how the bag is made, and also the amount of real estate that you have. When you feel everything is very plush, it feels wonderful. And it feels very soft as well. But it's similar to the clutch as well. So the Kurt Geiger is still softer in terms of they're all soft. It's really me being picky, to be honest, because it's not like it's rough at all. The only one that was rough was the Rebecca Minkoff. However, you do feel the slight differences. After you have felt many different handbags, you would feel the slightest difference. And I would say, in comparison, the Kurt Geiger for the Tori Sudan was just a bit softer. Now for this one, I have not worn it yet. I felt like this was going to be a winter bag for me, and the winter is coming up, so I know I'm going to wear this very soon, even a fall bag as well. So I'm actually thinking of possibly bringing it out for work this week coming up, because I think it'll be wonderful. It does have feet. The website was not very expansive in terms of the pictures, so you can see how much compartments and all that stuff it has. So when I opened this up, I was pleasantly surprised that it had all this space in there. And you have a two zippered compartments, mind you, and then an open space, so you can definitely secure your stuff. Also, when you have it on your person, you don't hear it, but obviously when you let one of the straps go, you do hear the metal. But I do feel the metal pieces complement the bag very nicely. And the bag inside of it has leather trims with just like a fabric lining, but the clutch does have full leather interior. So yeah, this is the next bag that came into my collection for quilted bags, and I'm so happy I picked this color. It was either going to be black or this, because they only had 3 colors. A berry one was the last one, and the green spoke to me. But this, to me, looks like a very nice alternative to some of the Chanel totes. Whether it is fabric or leather, it doesn't matter, but I did express that in one of my videos, that this is a great alternative to a Chanel tote. Because I love the quilted bags from Tori Sudan so much, I then picked up this one. Now, I don't remember the name of this. I think it's the Madison wristlet, but it's also a crossbody as well. It does come with a crossbody strap right here. And I upgraded this bag with some D-rings because it did not have these rings. It literally just had leather loops, which it was a chore to get the chain, the crossbody chain, onto here, the lobster clasp. So I just went on Amazon and I got some D-rings and I put them on myself, and it's been wonderful ever since. I don't dread wearing this in that sense. And then I also have the wristlet, which just connects to here, the zipper pull, or if I really wanted to, I can put it onto the D-rings as well. Now, although it is a wristlet, they do call it a wristlet clutch, because you do have card slots in here, like as if it was a wallet on chain. And the leather, the inside of it is also leather. So I noticed for the bigger bags for Tori Sudan, it does a mixture of leather and fabric, but the smaller bags is always leather lined, so that's a good plus. And it also has a zippered component here, which I have not used yet, but it's quite roomy, to be honest. So I've worn this a lot over the summer, and I was very surprised that I was gravitated towards this so much. It does say have the Tori Sudan logo in the middle here, and I also like how it has aged over time with me using it a lot. I don't have any pop stitches at all or anything like that. Why I think I gravitated towards this a lot is because of the color. It's like a nice great neutral, even though it's a metallic color. because it is a matte finish. It's not like a sparkly in your face, almost like my Brandon Blackwood Silver Arlene bag, which is like a mirrored silver where everything is reflected off of that. This is not reflective whatsoever, so it becomes a very great neutral for me, especially when I really just wanted to stick to one metal hardware with my sunglasses, with my earrings and everything like that. My fingers I don't really care for, but everything else, sometimes I kind of want to be monochromatic, and this works very well. Now lastly, for the handbags comes my Tiffany and Fred bags. Now you already know the story for my Tiffany and Fred bags. I will link the video down below with me talking about them. But the ones that were quilted were my dupe for the Chanel mini rectangle bags. I don't know if you would call them the classic mini bags, but I got this one first. And now this one, when I saw it on my person, I felt it, I was a bit skeptical, because sometimes dupes, because they're relying so much of the design of the higher brand, they don't do very well with the materials and craftsmanship, so you're paying for something that is really shoddy work. However, with my research before buying this, it did say that they always use very good materials. It's always leather. They don't do faux leather or any of that. So I only tried one, and this was it for me. After I felt this, I examined it thoroughly. I got 3 more bags from Tiffany and Fred, and I love them to pieces. I have not worn this yet, but the one that I have used is this one. And honestly, I thought this would be used the least because it's a bright color. It's coming up a vibrant yellow on there, and I keep saying this when I bring this out. It's a little bit more of like a pale banana yellow, almost like a neon yellow in a sense, but it's still a pretty color. It's still a pretty color nonetheless. And I thought because it's a bright color, I would not gravitate it towards it as much, but I have, and I love it. And it has made me realize that although I thought I didn't like Chanel, but it's not that I don't like Chanel, I just don't like their prices. So I like their designs, I'm just not gonna pay their money for it. So I'm definitely happy to come across Tiffany and Fred Paris. And because I know how it is, I tuck the chain down below. But what I always love about this one, and Tiffany and Fred has different straps, so you have to be mindful of what you get. This one has this ball mechanism where you can extend it like so, or shorten it rather, or extend it. So it's very easy to customize it to your body frame, and I really love that aspect of it. So the yellow one, the blue one, and the gray ones are my absolute last quilted handbags in my collection. Okay, one honorable mention. This is not a bag. This is something that I have in my room, and this is like a little preview to something to come, because my jewelry collection will be coming very shortly. It's going to be in multiple installments, probably like 10 parts. I don't even know at this point in time, because there's going to be the fashion side and then a more little bit fine jewelry type of side as well. So it's going to be in multiple parts. However, since we're talking about my quilted collection, I did want to bring up my Wolf jewelry case. This is all leather. It's quite heavy because I have a good amount of stuff in there. And I first saw it on Autumn Beckman's website. This is the size large. I was contemplating on getting the extra large when I was buying this, but I was just like, you know what? I don't think I have that much to house in there. And currently at this point in time, I barely have any room for anything more. So we're gonna have to see how this works out. But if I end up getting an extra large, I'm gonna have to sell this because I would not need to. But I got it in the black color because I felt like this looks the prettiest, but they do have it in different colors. It does have feet. And it does have a turn lock mechanism here where you just open and close. I'm not going to open it because, as I said, videos will be coming on this and what is inside of it, so you will get a full deep dive on what it entails and all together. However, it does come with a companion, and you've seen this already in what I brought in traveling and so forth like that. This is my jewelry case when I am traveling, and it's pretty small, so have been looking into getting one of the Wolf's jewelry portfolios. So if I'm carrying, it has more real estate if you're carrying necklaces, so they don't intertwine with each other. Here you don't have that, so you kind of have to be strategic in how you put it in there. But nonetheless, it does pack a punch, and it is able to suit my needs quite well. So thank you for watching, guys. This is the end of the video. This is my progression in quilted bags. Don't get me wrong, I love all of them for sure. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon.